All right, guys, what's up? Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel. Right now, we do have our disclaimer on screen, which states that day trading is risky. Do not trade with money that you do not have. Utilize small share size, 1 to 10 shares, practice, improve before getting super aggressive. Utilize simulators as well. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not work here. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. So be careful of fake accounts. So we got a couple of stocks moving today. The watch list, similar to yesterday, is looking pretty good. Right now in the overall economy, it seems that we're seeing some ease. We are on the 90-day pause for the tariffs, and we're seeing some good curling. Earnings have been pretty strong here for Q1, which is a good sign coming into July. If we are to have a good tariff deal, more than likely we're going to see stocks rally even more. And so I think we could already be back into another hot market again. It's pretty possible. In fact, it might even be likely. So with that being said, I was thinking about a couple things yesterday and my approach. And, on a day after reviewing last night, right, on a day like yesterday where we had two hot stocks, I believe it was KIDZ, and then the other one, I'm forgetting the name already, but between those two stocks for me, I think, we got to do a better job being aggressive, taking more trades, and especially if we are back in a hot market, I think sizing up a little bit faster will be the way to go. Now, we did get up to 1K at our highs, utilizing fairly small share size. I was left thinking, if I was to be my normal aggressive, a couple thousand shares, what the day would have looked like, right? There's definitely a trade-off for if you size up a little faster and you end up being red. However, on a day like yesterday, I think it would have worked out splendidly for the type of momentum that we saw, which was a super aggressive red to green into a halt going up. So today I'm thinking, if we're to be seeing another hot market, and it seems like that might be the case here actually with the stocks that we're seeing. If we're going to be in another hot market, another hot day, I want to be a little bit more decisive with sizing up. So right away, the moment we're confirmed, I want to get going. And from there, we build the cushion and then look to ease off. Another thing I noticed is that I'm not taking as many trades as I should be, right? When the stocks are breaking out, it's like if I miss the initial move, I'm not as aggressive on the way up as I could be. So it's like, hey, not because you missed that first candle, it means that we're still not going to get opportunities going up, right? So I think I got to pay more attention for that and be ready to be super active, taking every single trade that comes until it just doesn't work, and then we ease off. So, a couple of adjustments for today versus yesterday's session that I noticed after doing some studying. This is like around 11 p.m., 12 a.m. At night. So in terms of the watch list today looks pretty decent. We got two sub $1 stocks, and then we have a continuation name in KIDZ, as well as newcomer FRGT over $1. So let me post this here. Don't forget, if you're tuning in on YouTube, to hit that thumbs up. Bro, right now, I think I just, for me personally, I think just being more aggressive, more active, there is no excuse here. At the end of the day, I think we as traders, we decide this is what we want to do. And when the opportunities are in front of us, there is no excuse. We have to trade to the best of our abilities and be very courageous, right? We have to be firm. Like I was telling myself also, like, you know, like I need to be a little bit more angry, right? And maybe that wasn't the right word, I think. Not necessarily anger per se, but more so um ferocious, right? More a little bit more assertive and just active towards the opportunities. That way, we're like laser focused. So today is gonna be all about me, right? I think, forget about the market and what the market does. It'll be about me and me doing the right things to get myself green. So there's 10 minutes to go. Walk through the watch list here. FRGT leading the way. Pre-market highs are 392. We have the low of the pullback here, down at 302, just above the whole dollar. So looking at our current range, so pre-market highs are 392. High of the current range here, we have 339. High of our current range. All right, looking at the daily chart, how are we doing? Last big move we had that pushed up and rejected is going back to September 11th of last year. High on that day was 583. Volume, however, only 1.5 million shares. So over the pre-market highs, 580, a target. Also an area where we could potentially see resistance. Other than 580, it looks like the daily chart is fairly clean. The 200 EMA is up there at 17, all the way to 1711. All right, FRGT looks good, up 200% with 75 million shares of volume. Looking pretty good. Moving on to KIDZ from yesterday, which had a really good, this one had a really good after hour. I did recall seeing it moving up on scans after the close, and it had a pretty good push here. So I thought during the open, this one was a little bit more difficult than the other stock that we had. We had the other one at $10 plus, the 10 plus stock. This one earlier, I guess unless maybe you saw it here early, before the resumption. After rewatching the video, the dip that we had to 88 on the resumption was a little sudden, but I guess if you're super aggressive there to be quick, there was an opportunity maybe with the higher fill because it was up pretty quickly, maybe like 3 from that entry of potential 80, 85 lows. If I'm in at 3, we did get the push at 320, which was decent. And then there was a missed opportunity here when we came down and we held up the whole dollar. This then teleported from 304 to 355, which would have been a pretty insane trade to catch. And just these two trades right here alone, especially if you're to catch this first one, that would be a total of 3 trades going up. These 3 trades alone could make your day on this entire stock. We had it in terms of distance and cents from 240 to 355, which is a pretty significant amount there. Yeah. So KIDZ, this one ended up going from there sideways, retested the highs, and then into after hours is where it really broke out. And we went from about 510 all the way up to 838. So coming into today, pre-market highs now at 1029. We did have a trend line up at 10 for potential resistance. And so it seems like that $10 level, we did get to 1029 though. So 1029 potential resistance on the daily chart, that was all-time highs. So KIDZ, first and foremost, if we can break the consolidation here and then break over 10, that would be pretty good. So lows clocking in at 755. And then the high point here of the current range seems to be about 870. 870. We'll see. I mean, it's even tighter than that, right? If we to bring it up some more, the very last pullback was at 799. So we'll see, just about 790 area if we can hold up there. So KIDZ looks pretty good. The other two stocks are penny stocks. We have PLRZ. It is up a good amount, up 120% at 56 cents. PLRZ. We've been seeing the momentum in higher price stocks, so I'd like to think maybe we're going to keep into the stocks above 5 and 10. So it's hard to say if these will go, but it's possible. It's possible we can see a move here. 106 for the 200 EMA on PLRZ. 106 on the daily chart. I am going to start up my screen recording, can't forget. 62 cents. We gapped up and sold off a few weeks ago. And we're right around that area right now. And that's essentially the pre-market highs. So we'll see. PLRZ. Bro, today is no games, bro. Today's straight pace and power. Like we gotta get ourselves going here. Enough is enough. It is time to get back to our winning ways. No pressure. This is what we were born to do. You go through a slump, you go through a funk, all right, cool, no problem. But then you get right back to it. Get right back to winning and dominating. So for anybody else out there as well who might be going through a slower patch, a red streak, a drawdown, bro, this is where it starts, bro. Today is where we have to get ourselves going. There's no pressure, right? It just comes down to us putting forth our best effort, us putting forth our best trading, staying locked in, and executing, listening to the story that the market is telling, making the right decisions, managing risk. It'll be a great day. We've done it hundreds of times, literally. Today is going to be a good stepping stone to right size ourselves here. Not that it's been, too bad, but still it's been a little slow. So the 2-minute warning's coming up, and I'm going to get ready to lock in here. There it is. So PLRZ and RSLS, I'll kind of keep those two on an off chart, but FRGT and KIDZ, I'm thinking about which one I want to watch into the open. Which one is more likely to give an opening surge? It's hard to say. I think I'll stick to KIDZ here for now. But as mentioned, the moment it looks pretty good, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to take all the best trades. And I'm going to look forward to having a pretty good day here. So we got a minute, 10 seconds to the opening bell. Let's be disciplined traders today. Let's stay locked in. Let's stay focused. Let's do what needs to be done to ensure success. Let's do all the correct things. KIDZ, a bit of a rejection off of that 870 level. 30 plus seconds to the opening bell. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in. Another beautiful day. Another beautiful day. Gonna see back over the whole dollar. Potential false halt. FRGT. We do have a small green candle going. High of 320, low of 94. Which one is going to be the one? KIDZ did start off very similar yesterday. FRGT, the 1 minute candle is making a new high. It is retesting the highs. Might need to pull back first. Kind of struggling a little here. Not quite for the red to green there, not quite. FRGT. I'm going to check out some of the cheaper ones as well. TLRZ, how are we doing? Those. KIDZ watching to see if we'll get the red to green. We're seeing volume coming in, but we're not quite getting the push. Watching over 10, I'll add. Can we see over 10? Oh, tight stop. It's back down. I like that it's here and it's trying. We do have a seller. I'm surprised it's not like rocketing here. Like it should be taking off. We're seeing very surprising resistance here. Well, better late than never. So we might get halted up here at 876. A little bit more drawn out versus yesterday, but we're gonna get the same result here. Bro, what is this sound? Is it me or is it one of these scanners? FRGT coming down a bit. Bro, on this resumption is full force, right? Full force, straight pace, power. We accept the risk. We're gonna look to take the best trades. And it's time to go sky high. The scalps weren't too clean on the way up, I'd say. However, a little bit of a longer hold time could have worked as well over the last 2 minutes there. PLRZ, bit of a false breakout. On low 58 was the real entry. We'll see how well it holds up. Time, there's 3 minutes to the resumption. We got 2 minutes. It's showing a sideways resumption. PLRZ is moving up a little bit. Cheaper stock went from 59 up to 70. It might get halted here, actually, 77. Okay, all right. Come on, lock in, lock in. It should lock in. It looks like it will. Nice, nice. And we got 4 minutes apart, too, so that's pretty good. All right, so we got a minute 22 seconds for KIDZ resumption. No fear, no hesitation. I want to see it. It looks like it's going to open up sideways, which is fine. I want to see it push up a little higher. And then once we dip down, I'll be looking for an entry and then a retest of the highs. PLRZ should be nice too. I mean, halted up 77. That should be pretty interesting. Looking to really get on the scoreboard here. KIDZ resumption, 25 seconds. Deep breath, no fear, no hesitation. 876. That was good. That was good. That was a good dip. Oh, I chased it early. Not good. That wasn't bad. 32 to 65. Oh, okay, okay. I played myself on that one. 70. There's a small bit here. $9.16 is the high. It's a bit of a churn here. Yeah, we see back over 9. Pullback is coming down. Will we be able to hold? It looks like it might be coming down. Bro, I can't believe I bought that dip early. Initially, I'm thinking a tight dip. Okay, okay, okay. 50. It's a good bounce. Time. There's still like 3 minutes left in a 5 minute candle. Time. No instant bounce at the low. I'm gonna try it again. Time. 48. What's the... Well, oh shit, I forgot the resumption on the other one. Crap. Well, I'm not allowed to say what's the resumption time. It's already been 10 minutes. PLRZ, it got up to 96. It looks like it was a good move. PLRZ. It definitely does feel a little extended here though. 77 to 96. PLRZ, will we see a new high over 96? Let's pull it up. KIDZ, we'll see. We'll check back in a bit if it does curl up. Pick of one would be the target here. Taking 87. Can we see 92? It's coming down pretty hard here. Lows are at 85. IBO, another cheaper stock. 200 EMA is right up here, so we'll see if it has what it takes to keep pushing. If not, it'll be important for this 5 minute candlestick to close strong in the next 2-3 minutes. What's it gonna be? Candle's gonna close pretty kind of weak. IBO on the other hand is still holding up. The halt on this one is at 92. Watching IBO. A good size range. We got 81 by 91. PLRZ, so IBO is pulling back. Looks like a 5 minute pullback. If this candle closes pretty weak, there's less than a minute, it could be the backside as well. PLRZ, we got the 200 EMA with a topping wick. Could be a head and shoulder pattern here. I forgot about the resumption at 77, man. So I missed out that entire move from 77 to 96, the initial pop. This other scan will sometimes remind you too, but I kind of just missed it. Trading on KIDZ, which this one is still down. Sidelines till we see something else. PLRZ, FRGT, IBO, RSLS. How's this one looking? Smaller red to green, but kind of still down there. The volume, I mean, there's some volume. PRTZ, despite the 200 EMA, I'd say looks the best right now. But definitely, backside territory, right? This would be front side. This I would say could be backside territory. Is there a chance we curl up for a new high as possible? But the guaranteed front side move might be done. IBO is fighting back. It is bouncing to 82. Watching IBIO. So I got red on KIDZ buying the dip out of the resumption too early. Took a bigger loss there. We got PLRZ also fighting back a little bit. It's a pretty big candle there in the one. 83 to 95. All our bids will help us. Not quite. Waiting. Only a small pop. Good. Bro, that freaking thing, man. Can we get halted up at 11? Oh, false halt. Didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. I thought there's a hidden seller. Can't have all that volume and the stock not move instantly. It's trouble. The halt up is at 17. On 16, 18, the halt up. Will I get locked in this time? False halt. The halt is now at 20. At this rate, it's probably not going to get halted up. It's so slow to move. We got a red candle here coming in on a 5. Have we bottomed here? Perhaps. 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 Can we take off over 15? Come on. Can we see over 14? Come on. 13 by 14. It might need to pull back. It's like really struggling. Well, I'll give it another couple minutes. Another 2, 3 minutes. We could have broken over 15 right there. So there's a new candle. Everything says that we should get the new high. So just watching and waiting. Fucking hell, bro. Why was I so slow? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm gonna go crazy. Bro. Oh, come on, man. Alright, that's fine. Oh, that initial dip, I could have gotten that, man. So it's coming down for a bigger drop here. Oh, whoa. 97. I probably should have sized down a little sooner for that move, too. It's gonna get halted down. All the signs are looking good for the new high. Instead, we are in the depths. Halted down. Bro, if I didn't make that mistake buying that dip on the other one so early, man, it would have been a nice day. IBO might halt up. Yeah, I bought that halt like at the at that basically at the highest you can say, and got melted. Got destroyed. And the dip ended up being so good too. I mean, definitely on me being a little too aggressive too quickly. IBO at 89 cents, right underneath high of day. Sellers coming in though, IBO. Two minutes to the resumption. Bro, the fill, that is a brutal fill. That's a cent and a half higher fill. Come on. The disrespect. It's the difference of selling half and holding versus having to cut the trade. IBO could potentially get over 91, so I'm watching. I don't want to pull it up and then, end up missing the move, so I'm just watching on the other screen. $88. It's a soft rejection. Can we try again? Watching, watching, watching. Over 90, over 90. IBO. Oh, not quite. Scratch trade there. 88, 87, 88, 87, 86. Oh, man. I missed that. You blink and you'll miss it. Six, 0, 5, 4. Or lover. PLRZ. Man, like unbelievable to mess up on that dip trade and then lose that much. That dip trade, if I was to wait another second, I'd be in at the lows selling above 50. Out for like 700 in gains, and we avoid that massive flush out. And we probably wouldn't be as like, distracted there and missing PLRZ at 77 resumption. Mm-mm-mm. Does this have what it takes to get back above one? I mean, I don't know. IPO, big flush. One mistake, man. So PLRZ, I can watch it with really small size, just to kind of see what it does. But And there's 95. Unbelievable to lose on that stock. Shout out to Save for this bottle, by the way. Save the Monster. Not the tick. Anything else comes, that's it. If we get another stock, I'm going to the moon. If we get one more move, one more stock, that's it. The moon is still calling my name. The day is still young. The night is still early. Watch this PLRZ right here. PLRZ. Okay, okay. There's a seller here, small seller, 60,000. Okay. Oh, that was not good. Come on. It definitely looks like it wants to get back over one here. Price action not the cleanest. Hmm. Come on, we gotta hold up. We gotta hold up if we're gonna get over one again. We must hold the line. Such a bad fill. Alright, it's coming down. Head and shoulders pattern here, perhaps. 80's the halt down. Well, yeah, 80's the halt down. Watch out. 80, 80. And it is locking in. Oh, man. Today's another day where I feel like I should have been up at least 2,000. Am I living in an insane asylum here? Am I cooked? Am I washed? The market's kicking my butt the last freaking 3 months. It feels weird to struggle it doesn't make any freaking sense. It feels weird to not be on the winning side more consistently. I need to study more. I need to go back. I think I gotta go back to the winning streaks those days and study more of those days and then try to really pinpoint the difference in today's trading, yesterday's trading, the trading of this week, this month. Some of it is the market, yes, but at this rate, there's this. It's me. It's definitely me at this point. Man, oh man. The life of a day trader. We're at $400 here today. We're at 400 yesterday. Unbelievable to lose on this other stock, man. Couldn't connect on the red to green here, and then botched the resumption. But I have the intuition, like, where's the move? Where's the move? Where's the move? And then, of course, the move comes after I'm out. And then the halt resumption was pretty miserable. I basically took this entry here and then ate the entire flush of this bottoming wick. Quite tragic. Quite tragic, quite tragic. Instead, we should have been in this area here, out on the push up. PLRZ, we went from 98 to 80, which is 18 cents. And if it looks like we'll be resuming lower here. However, when we resume, if it's to flush out some more, I think there'll be a really good entry. And I'm forgetting my mic is on closing this bottle. That clicking sound. Oh, this is nuts. Don't worry, I'm still chilling. I still feel pretty good. But I would like to see some more consistency here out of the day by day action. 14 seconds. I got slightly smaller size here in case this thing does pull back some more for an entry, for a dip. One more, one more, one more. I probably barely got a half a cent on that. Come on, one more, one more. The range is kind of tight. All right. Checking out the chat room. Man. How much commissions did I pay today? Commissions are free at the broker that I'm using. When I'm getting in, I'm looking at level 2 primarily. Trading backside. Well, it comes down to if there's a good entry or not. The thing that's tricky is that it's hard to determine backside. I think sometimes it's pretty obvious, other times it's not. You know, we're on the backside right here, and we went from 88 to 98. Small uptrend, still something. What happens is that there are days where stocks like this, they just curl right back over the highs again, right? But now it's like pretty clear we're getting the head and shoulder here. How do I know when the stock is going to get halted up? Well, there's a halt level attached to my level 2, which tells me where the halt up is or the halt down. I can see both of them. So PLRC, if it drops down to 65 cents, it'll get halted down. If it goes up to 95 cents, it'll get halted up. This is why I'm saying like level 2 at Thinkorswim is just not that good, you know, like I guess they don't really cater too much to day traders. It's more like of an investing platform, or else they would have definitely had better level 2. Oh man, how did I lose 1,600 on that stock, bro? Taking that dip early. The moment that I'm in, the moment I hit the buy button, stock is down 50 cents. And I'm like, damn, bro, like it's a good dip if I'm only to be a little bit more patient there. See, what happened is that when these stocks pull back, a lot of times I kind of give it that extra half second, and then kind of sacrifice for a slightly higher entry as we're going. That time, bro, the moment that I saw it looking just okay, I'm like, all right, I'm going for it. That extra half second would have saved me, and I would have gotten the actual bottom. So I gave my shares to anybody buying the dip, the real dip. Got cooked. I'm coming in here. Tomorrow I'm coming in here firing on all cylinders, bro. The market a little challenging here, but the pastor has endless motivation, endless determination to get to the winning side again. We didn't really catch a big move. We might have caught one big move on PLRC. I think if I was to pull it up sooner on that resumption, I could have done way better. Way better. Coming back to it till around I think like 51. Kind of missing out a lot of the data here on how we're moving, how I want to approach the stock, the range. Even like right here, I was like, whoa. But again, it's been that type of stock to drop down 10, 15 cents compared to the normal penny stock. KBSX, how's that one looking? We got caught in that flush from 5. We should have sized down a little sooner. I think that was here. KBSX is halted up. I'll watch the resumption with small size. Ah, man. Just 5 months ago, this is like 2K in my sleep every day, every day, every day. Bro, tomorrow I'm ready, bro. Tomorrow. Even if this stock right now, this one right here, this is good. I need more smoke. I want all the smoke, Big Steve. Bro, I have endless motivation for this. I'll be here every day till I die, every day for the next move and the next opportunity. There is no stopping the past store. 2 minutes 50 seconds till greatness. If this one is a good volume. Tomorrow Saturday. Oh gosh, the week, bro. The weeks are going so fast, man. It feels like it's Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, now we have to wait till freaking Monday again. I mean, we'll see if anything else comes today, but how was pre-market today? If you guys were trading, was it any good? Yeah, KBSX. There's about a minute to the resumption. I'm watching to see if the volume is high. We halted up with two 1 minute candles, one giving 170, and then 100,000 shares of volume. So if it looks wacky, if the spreads are too big or anything like that, I'm gonna leave it alone. But if it looks good, if it's moving well, I'll take the trade. Moderate size, nothing small size really, nothing big. Not unless it proves that it's good, and then I can size up a little bit more. 16 seconds. 294. 10 seconds. Here we go. Sideways. Seems kind of thick. There's no movements yet. Okay, trying 65 to dip. And the dip is dipping into the depths. I got filled 81. Wow. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. There's a false halt. Bro, come on, man. I got filled 81. Well, I think that might be the day here. Now I'm at 700. Complete another Titanic. Well, at least my shares in Spy is doing well. At least something keeping me alive here. Netflix actually did pretty well. It's like one of the only tech stocks that's like at all-time highs. Microsoft had good earnings. Insanity. This overall market is like it's like even well, there's always risk. There's always risk, but the opportunity that's here is also pretty tremendous, of course. Like the market is down, what was it, like 25-30% off of like nothing, you know? Buying the dip. Buying the dip like a madman. It's just crazy. Like if like, but you have to have money for it to make sense. You have to have a lot of cash to then like have the percentage, you know, matter. If it's just a couple $1,000, then it's like kind of like nothing. But if you can have a few millions and then you buy the nonsense dip, or let's say you buy the good dip because the news is nonsense, and then mark it back up 3 weeks later. But there's always risks, of course. There's always risks. What a day. What a good day that I fumbled. All right, I think if nothing else comes, that might be it. Did you do drama? Oh man, this is just me coping. What this is me coping with being red on nice days. Is what it is. I've over years had to learn not to be too angry or let things linger too long, because then trading can then start to affect your personal life and how you behave outside of your office. So you kind of have to find a way to like still stay cool, calm. It definitely still stays with me just a little bit, like, but it's more like a determination to just be back, you know. And how this is like represented is through random outbursts of me like clapping very aggressively, or like just kind of like a random f bomb as I'm like walking, like it's kind of crazy, but it's like the thought will kind of run through my, like, for example, that flush on that halt resumption, like randomly at 3 p.m. I'll just be doing something and then it'll come through my head and I'll be like, and then I move on. The fine detail of the small things. But no drama. No drama. The rage quit yesterday. Yesterday what I was thinking in my head was that we've had a very, very, very good move. A move that everybody here in the community who's already profitable and knows how to trade, we all should have been green. And I'm like, I'm not green. The stock gave such a great move. It's coming towards the backside. Bro, I gotta get out of here because then I'll just go red, like deep red, trading the wrong, like the wrong area. It's like, bro, I'm just gonna shut it down and not push it. Yeah, shut it down and not push it because while it wasn't great, it could be worse, and you can end up in like a spiral. Let me check out SDM here on the scans. It's all halts though, and the volume seems to be a little lighter. Well, in terms of recaps, so this week on Monday, like early Monday morning, I was mentioning I'm not going to be doing any recaps this week, and it's because I wanted to take time to create other content. So I've been recording some other videos. Um, right now, there's like I'm in the process of editing one of them. It definitely is longer than I would like in terms of like making the video, editing it, getting it out. I think I have to like kind of save up a reservoir of videos. That way I can kind of create a schedule. But in terms of recaps, I guess it's good content for the people who are here already that likes to enjoy the channel, enjoy the live trading and or check in to see how the days went. But it's not the best content to be posting to YouTube in order to grow the channel. I'll never not make a recap again. That's definitely not the case. I will, right? To word that properly, I will make recaps again in the future, but it just kind of depends, right? If the content that I'm doing outside of it is doing well, and we're in a good schedule, then I think we keep up with that. But if there's something insignificant, and or if it's just been too long, we can then do one like a weekly recap or a weekly review, something like that. We used to do the monthly recaps every week, every month as well. And then the last 6 months, I've just done two and did like a quarterly recap on the month. And honestly, the real answer is that not the real answer, but another part of it is also that the recaps, they do feel a little repetitive for me because it's been so many years of doing them, and it almost seems like there's nothing else left to say in the recaps, you know? Like, even on a day like today, as crazy as this might sound, like, even on a day like today, which is why I was complaining a little earlier about, like, feeling frustrated and, like, being in, like, an insane asylum, is that something similar like this happened to me already, dozens of times. And it's like, bro, not again today, not again, not again, not again. So, to make a recap that I've made 40 times, it's like it starts to become a drag for me to do the recap, right? And it's even the same for the green days. Like it's like the same thing. It's the same thing. The context as to why a day should be green or why a day would be red is the same. And so for me, like, I think I just need a break from it as well. That's all this is part of it, right? Doing the other content, it being a little repetitive, needing a little bit of a break from it. I think all of that will be good, and then at some point we just drop one like a weekly review or something. And we can always do them daily at some point in the future as well. But what I am doing is still like reviewing, right? Like I'll review the charts, review some key trades, watch over some film. My trading isn't that much different from what I usually would do. There are some small things, but primarily it's like my timing is like a little off, you know. The rhythm is slightly off, and it's kind of like throwing everything out of whack. Some trades I might end up holding a little too long, others a little too quick, selling a little too quickly, and mentally I don't feel any sort of pressure. Like I don't feel nervous or anything. Like it's kind of strange. In fact, as I was saying this morning, like I think I need to trade with even more ferocity, like more aggression, you know. So it's not necessarily like a mental thing where it's like I'm hesitating too much. I've had that issue though before at other times, right? SDM hitting scans here, going up some more, lighter volume. I've had the issue of hesitating back in January and like December, some other months as well last year. But then I got over that. And then now it's like a different thing almost, like mentally. Being more aggressive throughout the trades. I think what I could do too is to talk a little bit more, like getting that balance of explaining what I'm looking for, to just kind of also like talk myself through the trades more. Like sometimes like I get a little bit more quiet, but I think talking myself through the trades more can also be a good thing. Um, in terms of the setup I'm looking at and my risk in the trade, right? That way, we're kind of just staying a little bit more well-rounded. We're looking at all our indicators. Sometimes you get tunnel vision into level two. You miss certain key. Like yesterday, that did happen at one point where I missed certain key things, and then funny enough, the stock still gives an entry, and I'm there waiting for it to go even lower. Like I could like what was I thinking, bro? Like the entry came on a silver platter, and I'm still late waiting for like a couple more cents drop. Like, bro, that's unacceptable. Like the moment that thing came down, boom, I'm in there. I should be in there, and then just watching the stock fly. KB, where are those bulls? And then before you know it, the stock making new highs, and I'm not in. Yesterday, I sat there squeezing. I have this machine, like a juicer, squeezed like 60, 70 oranges and like five limes, two lemons. No, 5 lemons, two limes, creating this juice. And sadly, it does nothing to help the cold that I have because I've been doing this for weeks. I am in the depths with the cold. When I get to 50 years old, this is definitely going to be a problem. You go to the doctor's office, they say, "Hey, nothing is wrong with you. Why are you here?" SDM, I'm not looking at it because it's a little expensive and the volume is really light. We've only had 100,000 shares or so in the last two candlesticks at $15. I think there's a little too much risk. I'm going to check out the chat here and then I'm going to shut it down. It is Friday, so enjoy the weekend. And of course, don't obsess over trading, but instead rest up and then review. Review on Sunday. I think Sunday we'll do a Q&A. And then Monday morning we'll be ready to go. I think Sunday will be a good time for a Q&A session as well as a review session here on the live stream, perhaps around like 3 p.m. And then we get ready for Monday morning. Outside of that, I think on Saturday it'll be good for me around the late evening, or let's say early evening, to go back through some of the hotter momentum, and look back at today's momentum, yesterday's momentum, and kind of see where I'm having the trouble exactly, right? To really pinpoint exactly where I'm having issues, and not just today and tomorrow and yesterday, but as in like the last couple of hotter days. I think Monday of, was it 2 weeks ago at this point, where we had that hotter day, that stock at 15 with the halt levels pretty wide apart. Got to do more reviews, more studying, and then prepare for Monday to have some better results. If not, we're gonna be red, and we refuse to be red, so we'll do what needs to be done to ensure success. So the mission is clear, the aim is clear, the goal is clear. We'll put in the work over the weekend, and then we'll be ready to go Monday morning. Monday fun day. So take care, stay safe, stay green, and I'll catch you guys later. See you in the next one. Hit a thumbs up on the way out. Also, remember our disclaimer. Day trading is risky. Utilize small size, utilize simulators in the beginning, become competent and experienced before being extremely aggressive, before using big share size. Other than that, remember, copy trading does not work here on this channel. And lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful of fake Relentless trader accounts on all platforms. Every social media platform, be careful of fake Relentless trader accounts. I will never message you first. All right, stay safe, stay green, enjoy the weekend.